All right. Looks like I'm live. Cheers. I have no idea what this is, but whatever, right? So, recently, some of you know, yes, I just wrote history for the disabled to be able to take capital gains and also in other investments and whatnot held under the trust. And so to prove and to show that the disabled can, in fact, do this. However, a lot has happened since that day. I just got the taxes done, so try to cover up the CPA's name. Just got the taxes all done, and right, that's about how I feel. Taxation is theft, and seems that under the trust, that I pay a higher portion of taxes than an individual would. But yes, I do not lose my benefits of Social Security, disability, and or Medicare. So that is true. But I do have to pay a substantial amount in taxes. So normal capital gains, long-term capital gains, right, under your normal Social Security number would be zero. You would be taxed 0% up to $52,000. Then anything between $52,000 and $400,000, you're taxed at 15%. Anything from $400,000 plus under your Social Security number, you are then taxed at 20%. Well, under a trust, I'm taxed at 23%, and including state. So the state taxes came back with an astronomical figure. I mean, yeah. So I was not prepared for this amount of taxes to be paid. So, which makes me think and wonder, about some of these others who have left the country, the United States. So, or is there a different way, a different means to go about this? Like, who was it? Irwin Schiff, Peter Schiff's father. The man died in prison fighting the IRS. Who else was there? John McAfee. I don't even think that Miss Janice has received his remains just yet. All over taxes. Look at all these others who have left the United States and gone abroad to Puerto Rico under Article 22 for personal and Article 20 for business. So the trust should then fall under Article 20. However, I'm being told that no, the trust was formed here, so it should remain here, even though that is United States territory. I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on a lot of this right now. So I'm about to seek a second opinion through Mark Kohler. He is on YouTube here, Kohler, and to reach out to get a second opinion on the taxes and the structuring of the trust, because this does not seem correct at all. What I had calculated was I would pay taxes on $27,000 worth of income, because capital gains is perceived as line one as income. Now, and mind you, right, I did not receive a 1099 form I did this in good faith. And you see where this just got me. So, um, other than that, I would, I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the takeaway here. The thing you must keep in mind. I know everyone says screw taxes and all of this. I get that, right? But when you go and you take big profit out of crypto, when you take six figures out of crypto, there is no hiding that. When you go from crypto back into fiat into a checking account, if you think that that does not raise red flags, especially in a time frame when the IRS is coming up with 87,000 new agents, now are they even trained in taxes? So I'm seeking new legal counsel, as well as I'm seeking further guidance as far as structure in that of trusts and a CPA, as well as for the LLCs and the S corp, just to confirm whether or not it is structured properly. Because under Article 22 in Puerto Rico, I pay zero in capital gains, or at least under Article 20 in Puerto Rico, I only I pay a much reduced amount than what I pay within the continental United States. So is the United States actually pushing those of us in crypto out at this point? I mean, look at Mike Maloney or Peter Schiff. They're in Puerto Rico. They operate out of Puerto Rico. So look at all these others. They're fleeing the United States, going to El Salvador, or who knows where. I mean, now, and keep in mind, right, the retina and glaucoma surgeons, the cost of that for me, as well as the endocrinologist and the neurologist. So the cost of my doctors, as well as the cost of my insulin. Now, I know that there was some legislation or whatever just passed or whatever for insulin, which is what Donald Trump was trying to get approved, and now it seems like everything that was being done there is now being taken over and claimed as their own. But so be it. I mean, even after this is enacted, it would still take an additional 2 years for that to be implemented over the cost of insulin at $1,200. But yet I can move to, say, Guadalajara in Jalisco, Mexico, or the next town over, Lake Chapala. It's the same elevation of that of Denver, Colorado. So year round, it stays at like 70 degrees up in the mountains. My insulin there is 10 times less. I'm certain that the medical, and they have major medical there in Guadalajara. I almost did this in 2017. However, I would have forfeited everything. But I'm beginning to question, would it have been worth it, right? So let's just take, for instance, $1,200 a month. Times 12 is what? $14,400 roughly worth of insulin. No medical doctors, but so then take 10% of that, so it's $1,400 for that. But I can live like a king in Mexico for $1,000 a month, and then I own a duplex here, so I can rent both sides out here and have my Social Security disability on a $20 visa, and then go and get that visa renewed every year. But here again, to take that kind of profit out of crypto, six figures. When you take six figures out of crypto, there is no hiding that. So, I mean, 1,000 here, 5,000 there, and you put it on a debit card and you go spend that on lunch or travel or whatever. Look, I get that. I understand where you're coming from, but understand from someone, and then those 6 figures, I put all of that into the property. I mean, at this point, the United States is forcing me out, is what it seems. So be aware of all of this before you go to take profit. If you've been in crypto a little while, or if you're just beginning, begin to look at the tax structure behind it. Now, I will note on Form 1040 for the United States on the IRS tax form, you have to provide the answer to that. Did you purchase crypto? Did you buy or own crypto? And you must answer that. And to answer that incorrectly would be a federal offense. Like I said, now we have 87,000 new agents coming on board. If you think that they can't track crypto through like a coinalysis, you're delusional. They will be able to track all of this. So I went ahead, jumped the gun. So instead of paying back taxes and penalties and interest and all of this, I mean, it seems that I owe a house. I could buy a house in a foreign land for what I have to pay in taxes. But yet I did not. I don't know if you did. I did not vote or sign off on, leaving all these other nation states, like say Afghanistan, $81 billion worth of my tax dollars, or given to Ukraine. Really? Like, the partnership between Hunter Biden and whatnot. I don't know how much I can say here, but that I find is offensive. And then they just, toss it back and say, well, this isn't enough. So is $100 billion enough? I don't know, but I didn't sign off on that. I didn't approve of my tax dollars going there either. Yes, I feel bad for them. I do. But we are not the world's police. I mean, all they had to say was that they would not be a part of NATO. That was it. Why didn't they? But yet, you want to rape me for my earnings and charge me more than what the normal person would be charged with a social security number. That's just flat out wrong. And then the tax deductions that I would normally be able to take as a person, seems through the trust I cannot. Even though I put, I showed deductions of $170,000, roughly $170,000 worth of what would normally be tax deductions, of which I'm able to claim $4,400. $4,400 is my write-off. That's it. Now, and then it goes forward for 15 years, not 10 anymore. Now they changed the law yet again. Keep moving the goalposts. So our fearless leaders and our lobbyists and tax professionals need to understand that there is a lot of wealth that was created from crypto, but you're going about it the wrong way. We do wish to build. We wish to do good things. I just put $170,000 back into my local economy. You want to stifle innovation, as well as you want to shut down the economy without giving us any sort of benefits. So, as far as tax deductions, so you want the taxes on our crypto, but if you act like this in the future, you ain't getting it. We will move abroad, and that's what I'm highly considering right now. So, I mean, are all these other people who are leaving the United States, are they correct? Right now, I kind of think so. Um, what they should do right now in order to open up the economy is to allow those of us who did well in crypto to be able to spend and innovate and put that money back into the economy and for a deduction on our taxes, whether that be through a LLC, S corp, or a trust, or as an individual. You want to it's like I take all the risk, I put all the risk up, and you get a cut. If that's not the mafia, I don't know what the flip is. I'm trying to watch my words. I mean, that is a mafia don at that point. I mean, you give us 40%, and we'll take care of you. Right. How? Taxation without representation. This is theft. This is exactly theft. And then you have 12 months to pay it off. And if you don't pay it off within those 12 months to the state as well as federal, well, there'll be interest and fees applied, right? As well as penalties. So, yeah, I'm looking for another opinion on all of this. However, I did do it. I was able to claim, and I was able to take profit, 6 figures worth of profit out of crypto, and not lose my Social Security, disability, or my Medicare. But the amount that they want out of that is ludicrous. So anyway, I'm certain there's a lot more that I could say here, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know my next moves just yet. So, but I am looking abroad. So anyway, y'all be cool. Go make it a day. Later.